Hey, welcome back. This is round 2 of going live and pulling back the curtain just a little bit. So if you're here, you're either curious, you're supportive, or you've clicked the wrong link and you're like, who is this guy with the saxophone and the strategy board? Either way, you're here. So let's roll. Today, I want to talk to you about why I do what I do and the way that I do it, because let's be real. There's a lot of people out there doing talks, coaching, launching brands, hosting lives, and some of it is just straight up fluff, like cotton candy at the county fair. It looks big, it feels exciting, but the moment you take a bite, poof, it's gone. No substance. I'm not interested in fluff. I'm interested in real moments, like real ones, right? Now, for those that don't know, I've been a communicator for decades. Professionally, I've been an executive pastor, worship leader, musician, building leadership systems, running ops, but also the behind the scenes with some of the most talented communicators you've never heard of, or maybe you have. But either way, I was the guy in the room helping them craft their message, hitting the bullseye and connect with real people, not just bots, not fake engagement, but with real people and real connection, right? And in that process, I picked up a few things, not just how to speak, but also to create experiences. I realized that I don't just want people to walk away from a keynote saying, that was good. I want them to say, I felt that. I remember that. I'm doing something different now because of that. I experienced something. For me, that's the bullseye. That's the real win. So this season, it's personal. I'm coming full circle, and I'm not separating my music side from my leadership side from my coaching side anymore. That's exhausting, and honestly, it's just fake. I'm done compartmentalizing. This is the season of full integration, full send, full Michael, saxophone, music, singer-songwriter, system strategy, structure, all of it. I've got an amazing team behind me helping me do this, and I'm grateful, but let me be clear. This doesn't mean I'm abandoning coaching or leadership. Heck no, this is full steam ahead. This is where the pedal is all the way to the metal, and I'm excited to go. So here's the thing is that Olympic athletes, they hire coaches to help them break world records, right? Executives and business owners and high-performing coaches and consultants, they do the same thing with me. I help them break world records. So let me break that down. Now, you ever feel like you're moving 100 miles per hour in 10 different directions? That's most leaders. They don't need more ideas. They need clarity. That's my superpower. They need someone to help them see what they can't. And that's what I do. One time I sat down with a CEO, an incredible guy, and we mapped out his entire 12 months in about 45 minutes. He looked at me and he said, "You're a unicorn." I laughed. I mean, I don't have glitter or a horn, but I get it. I'm a rare breed, left brain and right brain, and I'll help you build this system and write the jingle. You need vision? Got it. Strategy? Let's go. Execution plan? I've got the whole dang blueprint. That's why we even launched our agency, Gawker Traffic. That's why we started Catalyst Co., because I want small businesses, coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs to have access to real tools and real support, not just inspiration, but like real stinking good activation, execution as well. It's so good. This week I was actually out in Southern California with one of my clients, and let me tell you, like, these people were tenacious. We sat down, we knocked out vision, mission, values, behaviors, and attributes all in a day. Actually, it was much shorter than a day. But then we hit a moment. We were doing a real versus aspirational values exercise, and one of the values was scalable systems. And someone said, yeah, that's aspirational. And everybody kind of chuckled and laughed. But we knew that's the opportunity. That's where the work is. A few years ago, I was doing an executive session with an executive team. And I was noticed that in the boardroom, they went and they took time to making sure that their values were etched in the glass all the way around the room at the very top. And they were so intentional to make sure that everybody that was a part of the leadership team, everybody that was actually making decisions, they wanted to make sure that everybody was looking through the lens of the values of this company, of this team. And I remember seeing a plaque that was kind of like a leadership inspirational poster that was up by where the CEO would sit, and in the plaque, it said this. It said, "This is not my job is something we never say." And because I knew the backstory, because I'd been coaching the CEO for a while, I knew exactly what had happened. It's like somebody had said something to him along the way that made him say, you know what? Nobody in my company will ever say that ever again. But it reminds me is that sometimes we link up. Sometimes we embrace the idea of aspirational things and we pretend as if they're real. And that's something that we have to embrace as leaders. Sometimes that's something that we have to actually ask the hard question to say, am I just living in the paper? Am I just living in my dreams and my aspirations? Or am I actually zeroing in on this? It was a reminder that growth doesn't come from pretending. It comes from facing the real stuff and building what's missing. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and pivot. I'm excited for what's to come. I'm excited that you're here on a journey with me. But a quick plug is that Monday, we're dropping the next episode of the Level Up Leader podcast. I sat down with Ava Thomas. She's the president of the Lincoln Journal-Star. You do not want to miss this. So go make sure to like and subscribe and follow us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever you get your stuff. It's good. This is going to be really, really good. While I was in San Diego, I had coffee with a friend, someone who used to be on staff with me back in the day. He's brilliant. He's talented. He is the real deal. And he said something to me. He said, Mike, I've been inspired watching you pivot and reinvent yourself these last 8 years. And I didn't even know what to say. I was just humbled. Then he asked, he said, when did it start to shift for you? That's a real question, right? And I told him, I said, it shifted when I finally started believing my own story. I used to hear leaders say, there's nothing you can't do. And I'd think, you're just saying that so I'll do more for you. I didn't believe them. I felt like I was being gaslit. Honestly, words of affirmation are my love language. Anyone else? And I'd hear these things and wonder, are they really for me or are they just for their benefit? But then the right people and the right environment came along and my mind started to change, catching up to my heart, and my heart started to change. My vision started to change. My dreams started to change. So today, before I log off today, I just want to ask you just a couple things. What's holding you back? What needs to shift so you can believe in yourself just a little bit more? If you're stuck, you don't need 100 new ideas. You need clarity. You need a spark. Maybe you need a unicorn. I might know a guy. So thanks for hanging out with me today. If this resonated, drop a comment, share it, DM me, and I'll see you next time.